Welcome to Out of Bounds, presented by Ghostline Entertainment. My name is Sal Capaccio. Glad to be here again on a fabulous Monday night after a big Buffalo Bills victory over the Houston Texans. 31-20, the Bills win. They are squarely in the thick of the playoff hunt. Did someone say playoffs? The last time this team made the playoffs, the year 1999, and the guy that we have here with us tonight was on that playoff team. It was linebacker and is Gabe Northern. Gabe, thanks for coming out, my man. Former LSU Tiger. I know you're proud of your Tigers, and you're glad Les Miles is going to stay aboard because he's done such a great job. But the Buffalo Bills doing a nice job, obviously, on Sunday. Do you still follow the team closely from afar? I mean, how much you get into them?
I follow both of my teams. LSU not as much as Buffalo because I'm here. I'm happy for both of my teams. Right in the playoff hunt here. Good bowl game at LSU. It's good football.
You know, I love it when you guys who played for the team stay around this area. What made you stay in Buffalo?
Oh, no, I just got back.
Okay, well, why do you like being here in Buffalo?
They always showed me love here in Buffalo. As a second-round pick, playing a little bit on defense, making some plays on special teams, doing what I did in the community. The people here always welcome me back. So they showed me more love here than in Louisiana. So, I mean, you make the call.
I got you. I understand what you're saying. When you played, that was right around the time where there was, a big QB change. You played with Jim Kelly, obviously.
Yeah.
Since then, we've had a tough run of quarterbacks, but looks like Tyrod Taylor could be that guy. Your impressions?
He is the guy. It's not he looks like he's the guy. Hopefully they can make some moves when the time comes in the offseason, keep this team together, but he's going to be a quarterback that's going to be here for a while.
And he's off to, I shouldn't say off to a great start. He's having a great season. He's gone 6 games now without an interception, not turning the ball over. Someone like you plays defense. This is the recipe, right? Run the ball, pound the ball, play defense.
You got a good defense. You have to keep your defense on the sideline so they can rest, and that's what he does. Keeps the chain moving, no sudden change. Defense get that chance to catch their breath after a long drive. And it's a recipe for success.
You know, Gabe, this week there's a premiere coming on ESPN, a 30 for 30 premiere about the 4 Super Bowl losses. You came right after. I mean, right like the year after, essentially, the 4 Super Bowl loss. But you still played with that core. You played with Thurman and Bruce and Andre. What was it like being around so many Hall of Famers daily for such a young guy?
I was spoiled. I was spoiled by coming to an organization with that much success and with that many Hall of Famers that showed love to the young guys, the young players who made plays. Once I left here, I was with Pittsburgh for about a month. I was with the Vikings for a season, and it just wasn't the same. The Hall of Famers here, they took care of their young brothers, and they showed us a way to success. I think that's one of the reasons the success hasn't been here, because nobody's won enough since 1999.
Is it because winning breeds winning? Is that why?
Winning breeds winning. And to have a veteran presence in the locker room that can tell guys the right and the wrong ways to do things on and off the field, that means a lot to a team. And they haven't had that for so long and so much turnover. Now, with the core that they have, they can keep some continuity and have a coach that's going to be here for a while and that's going to win some games and some championships.
This coach is a really good defensive coach. Obviously, they've had some struggles this year, but it's tough to kind of marry a new system with the players you have and things like that. Do you think this defense eventually is going to be on exactly where it should be on track?
I think so. You look at the game against the Patriots. That showed what this defense was capable of. And even after the first game against them, I was thinking, maybe Rex was just holding the dogs back a little bit because he didn't want to show everything. Well, look at the second game when they showed what he could, and the defense dominated, and we almost come out with a victory in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, Gabe Northern's here. We're going to have safety Jonathan Meeks on the program tonight as well, but we're going to stick around and have one more segment with Gabe, talk about some really cool things he's doing in the community. That's why he's here. He's got a lot going on. He's one of the good guys that wants to be here in Buffalo. He wants to be a part of this community and a part of this team as they win, as they did on Sunday against the Houston Texans. We'll be back on Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds is brought to you by Diamond Cutters of Western New York. Buy where the pros buy. Buy direct from the Diamond Cutter. Excura Salon and Spa, the finest in traditional and modern techniques. Savor the experience. Bova Family Chiropractic, 1953 Ridge Road in La Seneca. Feel the healing hands. Stumps Gymnastics Center, 2187 Worley Drive in Williamsville. and by Flixtures on the web at www.etsy.com/shop/fixtures. By Buffalo Battleground Airsoft Arena and Store, providing birthday parties, walk-on play, and gaming 5 days a week. And by Wall Performing Arts Studios. Dance, act, sing, learn from the best.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds here at Danny South Restaurant. We want to thank Excurria Salon and Spa, Diamond Cutters of Western New York, and Meridia Federal Credit Union. Without our sponsors, we would not have a show here, and without the great servers and bartenders and all the people here at Danny's, we wouldn't be here every week, so we thank them very much for all their contributions. Gabe Northern, former Buffalo Bills and LSU Tigers linebacker, is my guest tonight. We'll get to Jonathan Meeks, safety for the Bills, in just a little while. This team, you talked about maybe some overhaul, things like that. They have some major decisions to make in the offseason. One of the guys that might be here or not here, Mario Williams. They're paying him a lot of money. Behind him, Nigel Bradham. How do you decide how to allocate those funds? Because it's going to be tough decisions and things that really have to be made here.
If it were me, I would talk to the players, because once I left here, my career was not the same as I feel like. So with this nucleus that they have, the coaching staff that they have, I'm thinking these guys can come up with a way where they can spread this money around. You look at what happens with a lot of teams, they pay that quarterback who's won a few games $100 million. Now you can't spread the money around. So my advice to Tyrod, don't be greedy, because winning.
That's right.
Winning
is the most important thing, right?
It's so beautiful. Look at how beautiful this Monday was.
I love it.
It's so much better than those other Mondays where we didn't get the call, or we got the penalty, or we missed the kick, and we missed out on some of those games. This is so much more beautiful atmosphere in Buffalo.
And I'll tell you what, I feel it. I have to take calls on the radio. Whenever they win, I'm like, it's going to be a great week. Whenever they lose, it's going to be a horrible week. Now they have action. They won not only one game, they're in the thick of this thing. I mean, there's 4 games left here, all winnable games. Can this team do it? Can they win out?
All winnable. It's going to come from the top, and the trickle-down effect is going to take over. It's going to be about guys spending that extra moment in the film room, in the weight room, going a little bit harder in some kind of area that's going to make this team go into the playoffs and make some noise.
Now, you are here and you have some things going on. I know you ran a football camp, but just tell us some of the things you like that you have going on in the community, some of the things you're passionate about.
I'm passionate right now about my football and my yoga. So what I do right now is I coach football and I teach yoga, and I mix it in, and I mesh it very well. That's why I'm dressed like a tree. So anybody can be a tree hugger.
All right, I like it.
So I'm all about peace and love and spreading good vibrations around everything that I come in contact with. And also, because I walk around built like I am and dressed in my camo, I get a lot of response. People think that I'm in the service. So what I've decided to do is take a percentage of my earnings and dedicate it to the men and the women who serve our country and all that.
That's awesome,
because,
man.
it's crazy that guys, and no disrespect to any, but guys like us who act like and play war and fight in front of TV, we get way more credit than the people who actually leave their families and their homes and make America safe for us. And with this climate of what's going on in the world right now, people's talking about getting guns and going to war. Well, I want to promote peace first. So that's a big part of my mission. That's what I want to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, great job. That's right. And I think you could probably charge admission to be a motivational speaker, because I'm telling you, the way you sit here and do this, people want to follow you, man. And I'll tell you what, Gabe, I think, and people know, I coached high school football in Florida, and I think that we are devoid of creating men who are leaders in this country. I think we need to start doing that a little bit better. And I think football is a great avenue to do that, and for what you're doing. I think the game is under attack right now.
The game is under attack.
And people don't want their kids to play. Moms don't want their kids to play. But you know what? I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today, or the man I am, or the husband I am, or the father I am, or the brother I am without football in my life.
Exactly. And that's why the best thing for me is the football and the yoga, because of all the injuries that I sustained during my career, I've been able to fix them and heal myself. And I was determined that I wasn't messed up enough or crazy enough to receive some of these benefits that players are receiving nowadays. So instead of sulking and whining about it, I decided to do something about it the other way and just get healthy and become more in tune with what I am and what I can spread out. So that's how
Gabe,
I roll.
listen, man, thank you so much.
But let it be known that I'm still down to give a Russian sickle at the drop of a hat, baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's Gabe Northern. We got Jonathan Meeks coming up next on Out of Bounds.
Go Bills.
It's kind of, getting ready for Philadelphia, a little different than most teams, for the simple fact you got, this offense is, they're trying to go at warp speed or whatever, so hard to simulate on the practice field. We're going to do our best. But obviously they're coming off a huge win against New England. Most times you go in, you talk about special teams, but this team really has been special on their special teams. I think they've blocked 7 punts, I believe, in the last 2 years. The good news is you get the punt off. The bad news is you got Sproles down there. So we got to do a great job on that team in particular. And then, defensively, they're super active in their front seven. So all these guys are athletic. They can move. They get after the quarterback. So we got some challenges. There's no question about it.
That's for sure going to be weird. Going to the visitors' locker room, traveling to the game, just all them different things. Because you grow to have like your routines, the way you come into the parking lot. So many different things. But you can't get wrapped up in that.
A lot of your teammates have said they want to go out and get a win for you. How does that make you feel?
I mean, that feels good, But just I watch what's helping this situation. I watch a lot of other people, like Rex. He had to go back to the Jets. I see the way he handled it. Clay, and Richie, how they kind of handled it. So that's really helped me out. Knowing how I am, I'd have been going crazy. But kind of seeing them go through it and me being the last person, I got to be a professional. Knowing how that team is, even though a lot of them guys over there, I'm friends with them, I could see them provoking the type of argument on the field or, getting flags. That's stuff I don't do. But in a situation like this, I'm sure they'll be looking for me to retaliate and do different things.
So they have like 3 or 4 running plays, about 3 or 4 passing plays, and they just, play bingo with them, basically. So we keep in, a couple packages. We're not coming in with normally a lot of packages that we normally come with. We just got a couple packages for them. We're keeping it simple. They keep it simple. We go keep it simple.
They also don't have a true bell cow receiver necessarily, like you saw last week, like you saw me with Brandon Marshall. So kind of break down what they have there, because Aguilar is a guy, Matthew's a guy. They like to throw to the tight end. Kind of everybody you have to watch for, right?
Yeah, they got some great average receivers. I wouldn't say they great. You got Matthews, he's a young kid. Yep. You got Aguilar, he's a young kid. Only person you got other than that is Cooper, and he's pretty savvy. But I wouldn't call him great.
But he's not. There's no guy they love to just throw to all the time.
Right, exactly. They don't have that one guy like you were saying. They don't have that one guy, so they spread it amongst everybody. They love their tight ends. Bradford, he's a good quarterback. He can make all the throws, even though he's not as healthy, but he has a very good arm. And so we got to be on to that and not sleep on him. And just try to get pressure on them up front.
And welcome back to Out of Bounds, presented by Ghostline Entertainment here at Danny South Restaurant. We thank so much for Gabe Northern to come by here and really give a great talk about the old school Bills, new school way of thinking, his yoga, his football. We love it. We know we're passionate too, Gabe. We really are. And we're also passionate about this year's Buffalo Bills team. And the guy sitting right here next to me is Jonathan Meeks, safety from Clemson, Buffalo Bills. Big win yesterday for you guys over the Houston Texans. Let's talk about it from the defensive standpoint. You really did a great job on Brian Hoyer and those wide receivers. What was the key to really getting after them on the defensive side of the ball?
Man, pressuring the ball, man, getting some pressure up front and really keeping our eyes on 10. He's a great receiver, leads the NFL, and just pretty much had to stop him. We did our best. He still scored, but I was able to come out with the win. Yeah,
he pushed off on Ron.
I don't get into all of that. I let the refs handle that.
All right. Well, you know him well though. You went to college with him, DeAndre. You also went to college with Sammy as a Clemson Tiger, and then Martavis Bryant too. What was it like every day having to cover those guys as a safety in practice?
It was tough. It was tough, man. we used to have our battles. We had our days, and Coach Sweeney would get on the defense because they'll be burning us like all day sometimes, and sometimes we'll lock them up where they can't do anything. And it sharpened iron. You know how that go. And
absolutely.
We're all here now.
And you're doing a great job, and obviously you're also a big contributor on special teams for this team. And special teams has been something that's really helped this team this year a lot. Colton Schmidt's doing a great job punting the football. But how important is it when you're a team that has to rely on defense and running the ball to really flip the field and make big special teams plays?
Oh, you have to. Special teams is just as important as offense and or defense. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we go out there every day, and Danny do a great job of getting us ready. So we go out there trying to take the ball back, flip the field, or whatever we can on special teams. And I feel like we can really change a game or win a game in on special teams, especially in the return game with guys like Leotis and Big Pen back there.
Absolutely. They've done a great job. Now, you guys have had some injuries in the secondary. You've been banged up this year. Obviously, Stephon went out. We're hoping he's going to be okay for this week. Leotis has been playing some safety. Now he goes back to corner, his original position. But then you have some injuries to Aaron Williams. He hasn't played. Bakari's gone in and out. Duke's gone in and out. Ron Brooks got hurt again. What's it been like back there with the shuffling parts, and how have you guys been able to manage?
Man, it has been tough. And, early in my career, I was one of the guys that was out.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, that's so, man, we always been able to have guys step up. And I think that's the key part into it, is just having guys just prepare like they are the starters. So when those guys do go down, it won't be that much of a drop-off.
Jonathan, talk about a little bit Donnie Henderson, if you will, because I've got a chance to watch him coach. I love the way he coaches. He seems like he's a great communicator with you guys, and you guys seem to really respect him as a position coach.
Oh, yeah, man. Donnie's awesome, man. He'll tell you. And then he has like 33 years, so he reminds us about his knowledge all the time. And but he's an awesome coach, man. He's a great communicator, so he gets us prepared. He gets us ready to go, just like T-Mac.
And who's T-Mac? Tell everybody.
Oh, that's Tim McDonald.
Okay, there you go.
That's the other defensive back coach we got, man. And those two work well. And every week I feel like as a unit we're prepared to go out there and play.
Now, lots been made this year of the scheme, the intricacies of it, the communication, things like that. What was it like learning Rex's scheme for you? Coming from, now you've been here for a few years now, so for you to have to go and learn different schemes, what was it like learning this one that everyone says is so complicated?
It's pretty tough, but I feel like once you learn a complicated scheme, then you can kind of relate the schemes to one another, and you'll be able to, keep progressing throughout,
So is it just like football's football? So you can always kind of get something. Well, okay, that might be a different name, but I understand what we're doing here because I've done this in a different way.
Exactly.
Called it something different. So when you're out there trying to communicate with other guys, does that make it easier that you have a guy next to you like Corey Graham, let's say, who's also been here, and you're kind of going through the same thing at the same time?
Right. And Corey, he knows football. He knows.
Right.
And guys like that being around you, guys like Rambo, guys that are great at communicating. It just helps everybody pick it up faster.
And then just as a player's coach overall, not just from an X's and O's, what's it like playing for Rex Ryan?
Man, it's awesome playing for Rex, man. He's a great dude. And he makes you want to come to work. He makes you want to play, So it's great playing for him.
And then you obviously want to come to work and play. Now that you're 6-6, you're in the middle of the playoff hunt. You guys know what's at stake here. Does it make it give you a little extra juice this week, knowing that you're in the thick of this thing?
Definitely. It definitely does. Every week. And now, just like you said, moving up, it feels good. Getting that win, it's kind of like momentum. You want to take that and just snowball effect to the playoffs.
All right, we're going to come right back. We'll have Jonathan Meeks. We're going to talk about the big game against the Philadelphia Eagles coming up. And we're going to learn more about this young man from a very familiar place that we had a previous guest here on Out of Bounds.
Yeah! Out of Bounds is brought to you by Diamond Cutters of Western New York. Buy where the pros buy direct from the Diamond Cutter. Excura Salon and Spa, the finest in traditional and modern techniques. Savor the experience. Bova Family Chiropractic, 1953 Ridge Road in Waseneca. Feel the healing hands. Stumps Gymnastics Center, 2187 Worley Drive in Williamsville. And by Flixtures on the web at www.etsy.com/shop/fixtures. By Buffalo Battleground Airsoft Arena and Store, providing birthday parties, walk-on play, and gaming 5 days a week. And by Wall Performing Arts Studios. Dance, act, sing, learn from the best.
Hey, welcome back to Out of Bounds. Thanks a lot for staying with us tonight here at Danny South Restaurant, 4600 Abbott Road. Come on down. We got some great chicken wing soup and some great food. We're going to feed you and your family. You brought your lovely family with you. You have a daughter. What's her name?
Her name is Nori.
Nori. That's a unique name. Is that a family name or?
No, actually, it's just made up.
Oh, there you go. And
it sounds good.
How old is she?
She'll be 2 in February.
Well, congratulations. What's it like for you? How does it change your life being a dad?
Man, it made me responsible. It made me grow up. And I love it.
That's awesome. Good for you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, so You're here in Buffalo. You come from Clemson for play college. A little bit different. I think this team has more Tigers, maybe more Tigers than Seminoles now, but it's close because you've had a lot of Tigers, especially throughout the last several years. But what's it like, that change for you going from South Carolina to Buffalo, New York?
Well, first it was the weather change. You know, I have to address that. But other than that,
you okay with it now?
Oh yeah,
right,
I'm cool with it now. I like it. The community is pretty much the same as we discussed earlier. You know, it's just on a larger scale here, but the fans, the community, all of it, it feels like Clemson here.
Now, before Clemson, you are from a city that, I can't believe this, another guy from Rock Hill, South Carolina, just like Stephon Gilmore, just like Jeff Burris used to play for the Bills. Jadeveon Clowney was on the field. I'm going to move to South Carolina, Rock Hill, just so my son can play pro football. I mean, oh my God. Yeah. What is in the water down there, John? What's it like? It's crazy.
I don't know. I think it's just because we start young. You know, we carry at an early age. So I feel like we put in that work from an early age, and we just, we end up making it to the top.
Did you play with or against anybody that's in the league now in high school, or a lot of the guys?
A lot of the guys. And Asa Watson, he had a shot in the league. I don't know if he's in right now, but he was my tight end. He's been Watson's little brother. He was my teammate in high school.
Now you say my tight end. He was a quarterback in high school.
Oh, yeah.
So you threw for like over 800 yards. You rushed for 600 yards. You had like 14 touchdown passes. I see all the time. I get these guys in the show. You, who was it? I think Ron was a really great quarterback in Louisiana as well. But you guys make the switch. When you were getting recruited, did you want to play the other side of the ball, or were you okay with right away going to safety?
I did. I wanted to play quarterback, but I wasn't good enough at Division I level, so I had to let that go.
Did you have any other? You had other opportunities, obviously, to go other places. Yeah. Where did you maybe come close to going, and why did you choose Clemson?
Kevin Reddick, the linebacker, we took an official visit together to North Carolina.
Okay. And he wound up going there, right?
He ended up going there, and Clemson played them in the championship the other day. But that was a school I was really interested in.
And then you guys, obviously, Clemson, you follow the program very well. I know you're a proud Tiger. Having a great year this year. They could wind up doing it. Are they going to win the national championship, Jonathan?
I think they are. I don't want to jinx it, but I really think we're going to get it this year.
And then Dabo Swinney, do you still keep in contact with anybody from the team, coach, anybody like that?
I talk to Dabo often. Me and Sammy sent him a video on his birthday a week ago.
That's cool. That's very cool. What do you like doing, man? What do you like doing? What's Jonathan like off the field?
Now, like I told you earlier, you can hear her yelling. I got a 2-year-old.
That's great.
So I pretty much spend my time with her and my girlfriend now. So
very nice. They enjoy living in Buffalo, and they're okay with the weather too now?
Not okay with it. But
well, it's good. It's 60 degrees this week. It's middle of December. We'll be okay with that.
They're okay with it now.
That's right.
Last year we was up here with the 7 feet, so they were skeptical of coming back.
Well, I got to ask you about the Philadelphia Eagles coming up. This is a Chip Kelly offense you're going against. You know what he's known for, but they've sputtered a little bit this year on offense. But you know what they're capable of, the pace that they like to go to. Is that going to be a little bit of a change for your practice this week, preparing for that?
I feel like we'll pick it up pretty fast. We got an athletic defense, and we have guys on the other side of the ball that can give us great looks. So I don't really think it'll be too much of a problem.
Shady Mccoy is going back to Philly. That's going to be a big storyline this week. We already had Rex go against his former team. I think you guys are going to really want to win it, obviously, for LeSean. You want to win it for yourself, but isn't it always special when you have a teammate that's going back to a place that kind of said, we don't want you anymore?
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be a big game. And coming off of that win, like you said, and Shady's going back and just building that momentum for the playoffs, I think everybody, and I speak for everybody, pretty much say we're ready to go and play that game.
All right, man. Well, we hope that Stephon gets better and joins you, and we hope that you continue your success. You're having a great year out there. We appreciate it, and I'm glad we got to finally do this.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, that is Jonathan Meeks, safety for the Buffalo Bills and a Clemson Tiger. We thank you for joining us here on Out of Bounds tonight. We thank Gabe Northern as well. Come on back next Monday right here at Danny South Restaurant right across from Ralph Wilson Stadium.